כתוב בתורה הקדושה, אנוכי אסתיר פניי, היום ואפילו להסתר שבסורך הסתר בבנאי נמשו ונמצא השם יסבורה ואפילו להסתר שבסורך הסתר בבנאי Oh
Just a quick thank you, and yashar koach to all the chaver who helped set up this beautiful, beautiful tish, and for bringing tonight to life. Yaakov, Yitzchak Mordechai, Aaron, Menachem, Dov, Howie, David, Benji, Ephraim, Noach, Ronan, and Gabriel. And to our generous sponsors, Daniel, Amy Gibber, in honor of Rebbe Rebbetzin, for Refuah Sheleima, Friedah, Malkah, Sarah. The Korda Family, the Nishmas, Lilo Nishmas, Shoshana, Basadi, on the occasion of her Yarzheit. David and Orly Samai, Lilo Nishmat, David's grandmother, Sherifat, Miriam, Bakacham, Moshe Halevi. Yanka Rosenberg, Lakova, the Aish Kodesh of Zos Chanukah. Moshe and Amy Weiss, in honor of Rebbe Rebbetzin Weinberger, who bring light into our lives. Zev and Bonnie Polansky, Lilo Nishmas, Miriam, Baskittel, on her Yarzheit. Beverly and Hamishachar, may the lights of Hanukkah burn brightly in all of us all the year through. Moshe and Aliza Pilevsky, in honor of Sam Schertz for being a stand-up guy. Avraham and Aliza Pantiliat, in honor of our children. Rachel and Ariel Rosenberg, Refuah Sheleima, menocha, Rachel, Miriam, Pariba. Dr. Zvi and Batsheva Nass, and deep appreciation to Aish Kodesh. Yisrael and Sharon Stone, the Nishmas, Yisrael's grandmother, Yarzheit, Zos Chanukah, Bo Bayom, Basir, Bas Yitzchak, and Jeff and Lauren Rothman, Nishmas Noach, Ben Avraham Abba. And thank you all for joining us on this, the holiest of nights. Alichat Zos Chanukah.
Shkoyach Yaakov for all that you do, to all the Chaverim for setting up, for helping. We thought we would try this out, so it's cozy. We weren't sure if it would work, and I hope nobody's uncomfortable. Hey David, thank you so much. It's so good to hear you, and Chaverim, Nigunim, very sweet and very beautiful. Should be zeichet to sing together in Yerushalayim. Lu chachmu yaskilu zois, yavinu anachvisa. Lu chachmu yaskilu zois. That if we would be smart, if we would really understand yaskilu zois, to recognize the power, the beauty of Zos Chanukah. Person, there are people who don't understand. It's the meaning of Zos Chanukah. The Heilige Vision of Switzerland said that what the biggest tzaddikim are poil of a Shem Kippur, a simple Jew can be poil on Zos Chanukah. But the biggest tzaddikim can be poil of Shem Kippur. Even a simple Jew, people like us, simple Jews can be poil on Zos Chanukah. But Ksil Haven is Zos. Ksil doesn't understand what Zos Chanukah is. Lu Chachmu says in Torah Yaskilu Zos. It's the end of Zos Chanukah. It's one of the great Giluyim that only those who are Isaac in the world of Pnimius HaTorah feel and understand. Usually I end with a story, but I feel like beginning with this story. Everything I'm going to say for the next few minutes, still by way of explaining the 5-minute talk that I gave with the Chevra when we were by the Ariel a few weeks ago. And I'm not done with that, Mitch. I have to work on that through the year. Maisa Shahoya Kachoya. It's brought down in Svarim. There was a chassid who lived in a tiny village not far from Rimonov. At that time, the great Tzaddik of Mendel Rimonov, his light was shining. And this chassid had a minhag. He worked hard with his fields the whole season. He was able to work to bring some shemen zayis, some olive oil, to bring for the tzaddik to be able to light the menorah. And that was a covet that he had for many years. But this one particular year, Erev Chanukah, the first candle, the first night, was a terrible blizzard. It was unbearably cold. And his wife and the children were begging him to skip the trip to the Rebbe, the Shemen Zayis. But he was a real chassid. And with Mesibah's nefesh, he set out. But within a very short time, even though he knew all the forests and roads. That was his place. But in a short time, there was so much snow, there was such a blizzard that everything was unrecognizable. It was just white. And he was terribly lost. Trying to get through the forest, he couldn't get out, he didn't know where he was. And he had a chalisas adas that he should have listened to the family. And it looked like he's not going to make it to a mental women of a Benkach or Benkach, that he's most likely going to die in the forest. And he felt that life was slipping away. And he was exhausted. But he wanted to do a mitzvah before he died. So he had his jar of shemen's eyes, of oil, and he took out from the lining of his coat, he made some wicks. And he had something over there that he was able to put together, how to try to make a little candle, to make a bracha, and to light a Chanukah over there, and to leave the world at least with the mitzvah of the Chanukah candle. And a few minutes after he lit the candle, it didn't last, it blew out, and there were animals, he was frightened and exhausted, and then he just closed his eyes and he said, Krishma, B'yodcha afkid ruchi. And he had a dream. And in his dream he was in a very warm place, a place he had never been. And somehow he knew where to go. And he was following a certain trail that led to a certain mountain, and there were caves. And in his dream he entered into a cave and he saw that there was a light shining further down along in the cave. And in his dream he followed this light, and he came to a cave in a cave in a cave. And in this cave there was a Yid, a Balhadrispon, a beautiful looking Jew, who was wearing strange clothing, and he also had a sword. And in the cave there were tables and rugs, and everywhere that he looked, there were psilois, there were wicks. And this Yid with the sword was making more. Some of you might remember that once upon a time that's how we prepared the Chanukah wicks. We made them ourselves. Our father Zechron Levracha refused to use any of the innovations. It was just the old style of the cotton. And this Yid was making, and there were thousands and thousands and thousands of wicks. The whole room, the whole cave, there were like these ledges piled everywhere. And in his dream, this Yid said to him, Baruch haba b'shem Hashem. And the Chassid asked, where am I? What is this? And the Yid said to him, many years ago, I lit a fire in this place. The place that you're in is called Modi'in. Many years ago I lit a fire in this place. Myself and others, a few others, we lit a tremendous fire. And we believed and we davened that many, many others would take up this call and that they too would light fires. But there was fighting and disagreements, and many things took place, and all that was left of that great fire that we started, all that was left of it is the mitzvah of Ner Chanukah, the little Chanukah candles, the Jews everywhere in the world that light. And I was assigned by HaKadosh Baruch Hu to prepare wicks. And in his dream he asked him, "Who are you?" And he said that my name is Matisyahu. And I was told that my job is to remain in this place to prepare wicks, and that the time will come when the candle of one Jew will touch the candle of another Jew, and that candle and those candles will then touch another candle, and the candles will join together, and that great fire that we began will build the walls of Yerushalayim and will bring Mashiach. And now you're going to visit your Rebbe, Reb Mendel Rimanov. That's what Matisyahu told him in his dream. You're going to visit your Rebbe, Reb Mendel Rimanov. Please tell him that I, Matisyahu, ben Yochanan and Cong, that I'm begging him to please help to bring these candles together. To please help this fire grow. He can help. And the Chassid obviously lived to tell of this dream. He said that he woke up and he was standing a few feet away from the opening to the house of the Rebbe Mendel Rimanov. He doesn't know how he got there. Last he was dying in the forest and he's standing by the door. And the Rebbe was waiting for him to come with the wicks, the blizzard. And the Rebbe opened the door and he greeted him. He said to him, "Baruch haba b'shem Hashem. I've been waiting for you. I want to tell you something. A yid that's meis nefesh for the Chanukah Licht. A yid that's meis nefesh like you. You're going to be a very, very big part of the big fire for the end of time. Now let's light the candles." So I want to talk to you for a few minutes about that candle. About what does it mean? What's Zos Chanukah? And where is that candle? It's not something that you can just buy in the store. Obviously, the Tzaddikim are talking about something very, very deep and something great. So there was a shmooze, but not just one. A number of times that Tzaddik Reb Motel Zolgazon Zayin spoke about, not this story, but spoke about this art. It's something that's found in the Sram HaKadosh. But Reb Motel Zolgazon Zayin brings it out in a very beautiful way, which I am just going to say a few minutes, a little bit, and V'idach Zil Gemar, to learn. In Hanevas Halolu there are 36 tevas. There are 36 words. The 36 words in Hanevas Halolu correspond to the 36 candles of Chanukah, not counting the Shams, of course. the 36 candles, which correspond to the 36 hours that the Aragonas of the time of Gracious was shining, that light of creation was shining, which corresponds to the 36 tzaddikim, the hidden tzaddikim of the generation. Which Chazal say that in every generation, you all know, or in Sukkah, much more later on in different midrashim, in the Svarma Kedoshim, that in every generation there are 36 tzaddikim nistarim. And these tzaddikim nistarim are mekayim the whole bria, mekayim the whole world, the whole universe. So also the Ram is in Lu Chachmu Yaski Ulazais, Lamed Vav, the 36 candles, finishing the candles of Zos Chanukah. The 36 hidden tzaddikim. So there are many stories about these tzaddikim, and there were Rebbes who were the Rebbes of the 36 tzaddikim in every generation. We grew up with all kinds of fantastic stories. But the most spectacular story of all, of course, which is what I was talking about Ariel, and I brought up over the past time since we're back, is that not only are the 36 hidden tzaddikim holding up the universe, but the ikar is that inside each and every one of us there's a hidden tzaddik that's holding up our universe. And that tzaddik nister the Aragonas inside each and every one of us, is what this whole yontiv is about. Yosef HaTzadik, in the Beis HaSurim, Yosef HaTzadik is in jail. Yosef HaTzadik is in the bar, is in a pit, and in jail. And the Beis HaDoinev HaMitzri, Yosef HaTzadik is the most horrible place. But deep, deep, deep inside that place of Mitzrayim, there was the light of the hidden tzaddik. There's the Aragonas. There's the Or of Chanukah. And nothing in the world that we've done on the outside in our lives can damage that light that's in a cave, in a cave, in a cave inside of us. Nothing can damage that light, that candle of Yosef HaTzadik. The whole inyan of Chanukah is that we should believe that. We should believe that. We should know that it's there. There are two madregas of tzaddikim. The first is something that's hard for us to understand. We just talk about and read stories and we dream about. All of you who learn Chassidus know that there's a madrega of Yichudi law. 25 Isis of Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. There are certain tzaddikim that they live in a world of Eino Levado, in a world that's absolutely clear, a world without uncertainty, a world that's clean, that's pure. There are tzaddikim who are not madregi v'yichudi law. The Svarim say the Ovis, Av Mitzvah and Yaakov. The Ovis, when such a madrega, every single step, every single breath was Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. They didn't breathe a breath without the Rebbe Shalom for everything. Elokus, everything they saw, everywhere they looked was Elokus. That's Yichudi Ilah. The highest unity, Yichudi Ilah. For those who learn Tanya and want to think of the Tzaddik of the Tanya, to have a little bit of a taste of what that means. But the Shvatim, the Svarim tells that the Shvatim, they were not assigned to the world of Yichudi Ilah. The Shvatim, particularly Yosef HaTzadik, the Shvatim were destined to go down to Mitzrayim. The Shvatim are the Bechina of Yehuda Tata. The job of the Shvatim, particularly what's Mizgala in our days, at the end, before Mashiach comes, which we've spoken so much about over the years in the Chabur of Yosef HaTzadik. The job of the Shvatim is Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusay Le'olam V'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchusay Le'olam V'ed. You see, the Tzaddik who's in the world of Yichudi Ilah. The Tzaddik lives wrapped in the light of Yerushalayim. The Tzaddik lives already. He really doesn't. He doesn't even really need Mashiach. The Tzaddik of Yichudi Ilah. As you know, by Rav Weinberger in his room, it was a Bechina of Mashiach. He had to put his head outside the window. The smell of Mashiach came in his room. It was Mashiach already. There wasn't anything that was missing by Rav Weinberger, by the Tzaddikim on that level of Yichudi Ilah. Everything is Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Le'esos Aponu Minei. Memalik Kalam, Soivel Kalam. Imi, Iti, Etzli, everything, Elokus. But the Shvatim, Yaakov Avinu knew that wasn't the tachlis of creation. That Inyan of Yichudei Ilah, ultimately the world will be brought to that. But the tachlis of creation was that the Shvatim, and you and I, all of us, would have to go to Mitzrayim. And in those places that are like Mitzrayim, without the clarity, without that or, that in those places like Mitzrayim, that they were going to be descendants of the Ovis of Yaakov Avinu, were going to try to light candles. We're going to try to the best of their ability to be Megala Kvod Shemayim, Baruch Shem Kvod Malchus Le'olam V'ed. And that's why Yosef HaTzadik went to Shechem. You know that Shechem is a very, very hard place. It's a scary place. It's not going to be like that forever. It's the place of Yosef HaTzadik. It's the place where Yosef HaTzadik went. It's where everything began to move towards Mitzrayim. It's a place which Chazal say is perilous to this day. The most dangerous of the Perah Adam are in Shechem and are like wolves surrounding the Tzion of Yosef HaTzadik, which is hard for us to believe. And Shechem is the Oisius, Shem Kavod Malchus. There are many Shechems in the Baruch Shalom's world. And the tachlis of the tzaddik, the tachlis of a Jew, each one of us has inside of us the kudas tzaddik. How is it possible to have a shul in Woodmere? Or in Borough Park, in London? How is it possible to have a shul? Because the same way that inside each and every Jew there's a nekudas tzaddik. There's that nekuda of the tzaddik, of Yosef, deep inside, that is waiting. Mi beis asurim yatsa limlach. to break out of prison and to rule. So too there are places in Chutz La'aretz, in Shechem. In all the Shechems of the world there are places where Jews throughout the years have built Bat Knesias and Bat Midrashim, places of Kedusha. In those places there's the aura of the Tzaddik. The Nekuda of the Tzaddik is keeping the shul alive. As long as the light of the Tzaddik is shining, the Or HaGanuz of Bereshis, the light of the hidden Tzaddik is shining in that shul. The Or HaGanuz, the Pach Shemen, is Munach B'chaisim Shal Kohen is shining in that shul, even in the darkest, most horrible places of Galus. About the Knesias and Bat Midrashis, the Jews can walk into and they can walk away from the world. They can go into those places, and even though there's such a hestapan, they're able to say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and to whisper Baruch Shem Kod Malchus V'Olam. There were multiple. Zogazunza made a tremendous aura. When we Samech Gula Tefillah, by the smichas of Gula Tefillah, when we entering Shmoneh, we say Baruch Hashem Goal Yisrael, not Goya, Goal Yisrael. Ramatel says it's strange that it's in the past tense. So the simplest thing to say is it's talking about, it happened a long time ago. But it's really so much deeper than that. Goal Yisrael means that the truth of the matter is that the Gula is here. It's ready, everything's ready, everything's just like Matasio has all the wicks. Everything's set up. Mashiach, Gula, Yerushalayim, Bisamikdash, everything is set up. It's already done. Matasio said, tell the Rebbe that we need to light these fires. And we need to join the candles one with the other. Jews are not getting along with each other. And the fires are not being lit or they're being extinguished because of jealousy and anger and katnas. Why did Yaakov Avinu, when Yaakov Avinu met Yosef at Tzaddik, he met his son after all those years, but now he's Parsha, this is the Parsha. This Parsha is Vayigash. Gevelt Shai, it's the Vayigash is what happened. So you know that Yosef at Tzaddik is crying, but what happened? What was Yaakov Avinu doing? He was saying creation, was letting creation. So you looked into Moral, Meguraya, and all this one. What was he saying? Creation. What's the need of creation at that moment? Yaakov Avinu was on fire with the Tachlis. The Tachlis is that the game will be over. For him, the game is already over. Yaakov Avinu, everywhere he looked, he saw Milokus. He was so worried about his children being in Mitzrayim. And he understood that his children were given the job to go to Shem. And in the place of Shem, Baruch, Shem Kavoid, Malchusai. To Megala Kvoid, HaMalchus, in Shem. And when you go to work and you're in these places, every single second that you hold on to who you are, and you believe that there's a Yosef and a Tzaddik inside you, the Argonas, and you don't allow that part of you to be defiled by the shrine that you're surrounded by the Ashes Patifera that's in your office. The tikkun that Yaakov and his children have to make through all of these years of Golas. Shem Kivod Machuso. So Yosef at Tzaddik is crying. Yaakov Avinu is saying Kiyishma. And then before Yaakov Avinu dies, Parshas Vayechi, Heyasu Vagida. So he gathers the children, the Shiftei Korah, around his bed. Shema Yisrael, Yaakov Avinu says Shema Yisrael, and the Shvatim are saying to him, Kshem she'ein b'libcha el echad, kach ein b'libeinu el echad. They're saying to their father, listen, Abba, you're in the world of Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael is Yisrael Sab Yisrael. Yaakov Avinu. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. We're on the same team. We're fighting for the same thing that you're fighting for. V'shma Yisrael Shem HaKanei Shem Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Machlus Eloi Olam V'Ed. Our job, we need your help. But our job is to descend mamish into the lowest places and to be Megala Malchus Shemayim in these places. That's our job. So all of these Kriyashmas and Baruch Shem Kavods that are going on between Yaakov Avinu and his children. So the Svarim say that that Kriyashma is 25 letters and Baruch Shem Kavod is 24. So the first 24 days of Chanukah, the first 24 days of Kislev, there's such darkness of the winter and the darkness of Baruch Shem Kavod Machusay is ultimately to come to what? To the 25th, which is Chafei, which is Vani Vanar, which is Ne'el Cha'ad Koi, which is Chanukah, which is the Gilui of Kavod Malchus Shemayim in this world, in the winter, in the darkness. That's what Chanukah is. That's Zos Chanukah. That's why Chanukah is the biggest Yom Tov. You sit there. Regular sit. Doesn't make a difference Ashkenaz this way. Had to give me Ashkenaz sit. I'm just kidding. So Gemara and Bava Kama, Daf No Gimel and Beis on the bottom. The Gemara is talking about a shar that falls into a bar. The pasuk says shar, nafal sham shar, a chamar, an ox, a chamar, a donkey falls into a bar. So the pasuk says, and the Gemara is explaining the din that the Baal Habar is chayiv. But the miyut is there that if an Adam falls into a bar, so the Baal Habar is not chayiv because it says in pasuk shar a chamar. So Ramatul talks about this is a strange din, and of course the limudim of nigla. What is that? And why is that? What is the miyut of Adam? That if a person falls into the Baal Habar is not chayiv, only a shar a chamar. So here's where we tie the beginning with the end. Lo chachmu yaskilu zayis, ksil lo yavne zayis. And how I said before that what the Heilige Vision has said, that with the tzaddikim apparel with their tefillas of Shem Kippur, even a simple Jew like me and you could be parallel in Zos Chanukah. The only reason that we don't do that is because we're ksilim, we're foolish, and we don't understand the koyach of Zos Chanukah. So the tzaddikim explain that the foolishness of the person who's in the bar is that he could have gotten out if he would have screamed loud enough. He could have gotten out, he could have cried, he could have screamed. Now you could argue with that in learning. What does that mean? But we're not talking about the world of Nigla, we're talking about Pneumius. And there's no question at all that Yosef at Tzaddik, that when Yosef at Tzaddik was in the bar, that that the brothers didn't listen to him screaming. The Bar Shalom did. The brothers didn't listen. We're still suffering from that, And we're still not listening to our brothers who are screaming and crying the way that we should. And there's no question that even if it was a voice that couldn't be heard, there was a Vitzag, Libam al Hashem, that Yosef Tzaddik was screaming from that place. The Baal Habar is partly because the Jew that fell into the bar, the Jew that falls into a bar has a way of getting out. He might not be able to climb out himself. He doesn't know how to climb out. He doesn't know how to get out of that bar that he's in. But a Jew knows how to scream. That's the only way we got out of Mitzrayim. When it starts Vayizaku, Vayanku, Yizaku, until that time, nothing was working. Until we began to scream. So we have a minig. Many have a minig, not all Jews, but many Jews have a minig that besides saying Miz Mashiach Chanukah Sabayas David in the regular Psukkah de Zimra, but then on Chanukah we say it again. And then there are other Jews that say the piyutim by the Chanukah candles, and you say again Miz Mashiach Chanukah Sabayas David. So that's a lot of Kapitel Lamed. A lot. Okay, so the simple pshat is that it says the words Chanukah Sabayis. And those are very sweet words on Chanukah. So we like to say them more than usual. But it's really important to just take a second look at the whole kapitel. Because the words Miz Mashiach Chanukah Sabayis LaDavid seem to have nothing at all to do with the rest of the kapitel. At all. And all the Mefarshim are tumbling over this. There's nothing to do with Miz Mashiach Chanukah Sabayis LaDavid. There's nothing to do with the rest of the kapitel. Where's the Chanukah Sabayis? Listen. Our Mimcha Hashem Kedilisani Loisemach Toiv Harli. Hashem Elokai. Dr. Malkah was a Nirdaf. Sheikh Ben David. Hashem Elokai. Shiva Te'elecha V'Te'peini. Rebbe Shalom, I screamed out to you. I couldn't heal my sickness. In Ein Chavish Mater Atzm Beisar Esurim. There's a Tzaddik in jail. The Tzaddik, the Nekudah Tzaddik that's trapped inside of us. Dr. Malkah is saying, Shiva Te'elecha V'Te'peini. Hashem, Aliza min sha'ol nafshi. Aliza min sha'ol nafshi. You lifted me up from that dungeon, that jail, that bar, inside of me. Chisani miyardi bar. Yeah, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben Yosef. Chisani miyardi bar is Yosef Tzaddik, and Dr. Malkah is saying Chisani miyardi bar. Zarmal Hashem Chasida b'hart l'zeh v'kadsha. Kirega b'yapo chayim b'tzana b'ebnabach l'boy kirina. Istarte panacha yis in the val. I was so afraid. Elacha Hashem ekrov el Hashem eschana. Ma bese bedam b'riditi el shachar. B'riditi el shachas. I'm in the lowest pit. What's to be gained by me dying in this pit? I got myself into this mess. I mean, we could always blame, somebody else for throwing us into the pit. But I got myself into this place. Hayoid chaof ahad mitacha. Shma Hashem mechaneni Hashem hiya arizeli. Afachta misbedi l'mochali b'tata saki v'tazeni simcha. Lemani zemecha chov v'layidayim. Hashem l'kai l'olam edeka. Chisani miyadi bar. Zois Chanukah, we have to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a time of Hallel and Haidah. We have to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We have to be smart. Lu chachmi askilu zois. Not to be ksilu. To believe that the Baruch Shalom is the only one who could take us out. Aliza min sha'ol nafshi. Those of you who are here who are honest enough and feel this, that there are times in life that it's simply impossible to get out of that bar. You feel that you cannot get out of that hole that you're in. Hashem helisa min shal nafshi. Chisani miyadi bar. Yosef Tzaddik was in the bar. David Melech was in the bar. Yosef Tzaddik inside of ourselves is in this place. And the Baruch Shalom says to us, there's only one way to get out. And there's no time to how you got there, what you got there, that's not for now. The way to get out is to beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yisani miyadi bar. That's a b'dami Baruch Shalom. What are you going to gain if I die like this without being close to you? You created us that we should have kirvas elokim, that we should be close to you, that we should see you, that we should be able to bring this last generation to the end zone of Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu, of Malchusa v'kol mashallah, of Baruch Shem Kvod Malchusai. The Navi Tzvanya, the Nevuah of the Navi Tzvanya, that the time is going to come that us, says the whole world, all the Amim, Sofer, Brewer will turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a clear way. V'yomu Shechem Echad. The whole world will stand shoulder to shoulder. Shechem is Shem Kvod Malchusa. V'yavdu Shechem Echad. There was never ever a generation that was in such a bar like our generation. There was never such a Shechem like the one that we're in. The Davki in this place of Shechem is Yosef Tzaddik buried. That's what I was talking about by the Ariel. The Tzaddik that's buried inside. To beg and to cry and to daven. When we have the schus to go to Givei Tzaddikim, to daven by those Tzaddikim, there were people who knew how to scream and to cry, and Hashem lifted them out of the bar. Hashem helisa and shal nafshi. There's a song, I'm sorry it took a long time. It's warmer inside here than outside. And we have a few minutes to sit together, our candles, and to shine Shechem Echad. There's a yakris to it. There's something very, very dear to Hashem when Jews sit together in February like this, especially on such a day. So I think it was probably during the time of the Magefa, of the alleged Magefa, that people were sick, people died. I'm not making fun, Chas v'shalom. But maybe it was before, but the song came out from Hanan Ben Ari. I don't know if David could play it. It's a hard song to play because you need like 50 people with you to sing it, that know it, to sing it. But the song of Gamani, what? Gamani Cholem, K'mo Yosef. I also have dreams like Yosef. Maybe somebody could play it on the thing. Gamani Cholem K'mo Yosef. Gamani Cholem K'mo Yosef. My kids went to in SSL to a concert that he gave. He told me that he mamish is a gewaldig fire this evening. Gam ani cholem k'mo Yosef. Gam oti zakul abor. The gam ani, who knows that? Gozer Tmuz. Chozer tachposet. K'mo David. And as I come back disguised. K'mo David, and like David, what? Ani oseh mizeh mizmor. Gamani cholem k'mo Yosef. All of us have the dream of Yosef Tzaddik. The gamoti zakul abar. And somewhere along the way, we got thrown into a pit, or we jumped into the pit. The gamoti zakul abar. And then we come out disguised with tachposet. K'mo David. Are those the right words? Maybe I'm saying the wrong words. K'mo David, and like David Melech and Yosef Mizmor, I composed the most beautiful songs about that journey in the pit and out of the pit, that life of a Jew. David and Yosef is where I make my whole life. Hashir L'Hashem b'chayai, Azam L'Lakai b'Oidi. My whole song, our lives are songs to Hashem. Our lives are the most beautiful nikunim to Hashem as well. But at the end of time, there's still a couple of chevra in the world that are crying and begging to be lifted up from that place. Hashem will take us out. And we'll be zeich with Hashem to go to all the tzaddikim. We'll be zeich to say together with our Malkah Mashiach, Shnai Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and not to say it quietly and secretly, because like we have to say Gal Yisrael also quietly, and Baruch Shem we say quietly, but to scream at the top of our lungs. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchus Elohim Vayed L'Gula Shavamitis V'Hem Yameinu Amen. Amen.
ויש מלאכים שימתו אותו וגם אני חולם כמו יוסף אם גם אותי זכור לבוא גלגל חוזר בתוך תחבושת וכמו דוד אני עושה מזה מזמור עושה מזה מזמור כל אחד מלכה כמו אסתר מביסה כמו דבורה כל שיבה שירה יבוא כמו משה על הנבוא וגם אני חולם כמו יוסף כי גם אותי זכור בו גלגל חוזר בתוך תחבושת וכמו דוד כל אחד חומתו לסרט תפקיד חדש בתוך סיפור עתיק יומין וגם אני חולם כמו יוסף כי גם אותי
Shine
Yandeina,